Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you've decided to join me today. We are being joined by Kuvira behind me, who I cannot even think to move because she is too cute. So be sure to say hi to Kuvira in the comments below. Today we will be playing with our figure 4 shape and using it in multiple different variations and different presentments of the body. So roll out your mat and let's hop into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. Now we will begin class today by finding our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Bringing ankles under knees, under hips. We'll pick up the toes, spread them out nice and wide and set them down. Lift the shoulders up to the ears, work them back and down the spine. We'll open the arms by pulling our pinky fingers forward. Now tucking the chin back slightly to bring ears over shoulders. And we'll take a few deep breaths here as we press down through those toes. Good. With our next breath in, we'll reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, circle the arms back and around behind. We'll grab for our fingers, interlocking the fingers back behind. Pull the shoulder blades in together. And we'll find a baby back bend by pulling the hands down to the floor, lifting up from the chest. With our next inhale, releasing the hands, reaching the arms back up to the ceiling. Exhale, we'll bring the arms down in front of the body. We'll give ourselves a nice big hug, drop chin to chest, roll the upper back forward. Inhale to lift the eyes. We'll extend the arms out wide. And place our opposite arm on top this time. Drop chin to chest. Exhale, roll to center. Inhale to lift up again. We'll take the arms to the ceiling. Exhale, drop the arms, cactus them. Pull the shoulder blades, the scapulas into the spine. Baby back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hinge from the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out the back. Exhale to fold. We'll pause here and find a way to wiggle out. Maybe you'd like to nod the head yes and shake the head no, or grab for opposite arms and find a sway to the body. Or you'd like to pedal out the legs. With our inhale, we'll find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan diving the arms, lifting us back up to the ceiling. Now we're going to move our weight into our right foot to pick up our left. Reach that knee up as tall as we can. Exhale, we'll drape it across our right leg about halfway down the shin. Point our left toes to the floor. And this will be our first figure 4 variation. Now, once we got a hang of the balance here, we're going to move to a chair variation by pressing the hips back behind, hinging from the waist. Now we can stay here with our arms hovered, or we can soften a little bit more and bring our elbows, our forearms to our leg. Whichever variation you pick here is great. All right, one more. We're going to hinge a little bit further to help us plant the hands down or our fingertips down to the mat, and then maybe lengthen out through our right leg. So now we're working to keep our left leg up here. We're not pressing into the right leg, but we're hinged forward for a variation to our forward fold. Exhale, we'll slowly let the left leg slide down the right and back to a neutral forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan diving the arms, lifting us back up to the ceiling. Moving our weight into our left leg, we'll pick up the right. Exhale, drape it across our left leg. Bring hands to heart center, point our right toes down to the floor. Now again, getting a hold of that balance before we move to a chair pose. Pressing the hips back behind. Keeping our left foot active. To help with the balance, we're pressing down through the toes. Now hinging from the waist a little bit more to drop our fingertips down towards the floor. Pressing our left leg a little more towards straight. And we'll let our right leg slide down the left forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll plant the hands down to the floor so we can step or hop our way back to a plank. Now spreading the fingertips out nice and wide so we can really press down with the ends of our fingers. We'll shift forward slightly. Elbows come in. Exhale to lower. Inhale to a cobra. Now we're going to move to a down dog. To a cobra. Now we're going to press the hips back, keeping the knees down to our child's pose. Reach back with the tailbone. And then tuck the toes under. Send the hips up and back, down dog. Wiggle out. We'll extend our left leg back behind. Bend at the knee and hug that knee up to the chest. We'll start shifting forward, shoulders over the wrist, and then we'll drop our left leg down. Full breath in. Even bigger breath back out. Pressing down evenly through both legs. Inhale for our warrior one or our high lunge. With our next exhale, we'll hinge from the waist. We're keeping our legs where they are, nice and stable, bending into our left leg. With our exhale, we'll soften the chest to the inside of that left leg. Sweep the arms up and around. Inhale to lift. And we'll keep lifting until our left leg is straight. Now if your right heel is still up, we'll drop it down at a 45-degree angle away and hinge forward again. We'll pause here for a couple of breaths. Adding the bend back into our left leg. We'll lift it up and press it back, three-legged dog, to our down dog. Pedal out the legs. And we'll send our right leg back behind. Bending at the knee, hug that knee to the chest as we shift forward. And we'll step our right foot down. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. We'll press down through the feet. Inhale, circle the body up to our warrior one or our high lunge. With our next exhale, again, keeping our legs straight, or keeping our legs strong, we'll hinge forward. Humble warrior, soften in the chest. Inhale to lift. We'll keep lifting until our right leg is straight. Left heel drops down, hips come forward and hinge again. Adding that bend back into the right leg, we'll frame out the foot. Press our right leg up and back behind, three-legged dog, to our down dog. Now we'll drop the knees to the mat, keeping the arms extended out in front, child's pose. With an inhale, pressing into the hands, we'll shift forward to our tabletop, bringing wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. With an inhale, lifting the eyes, the tailbone and the chest. Will drop the stomach towards the floor. Exhale, curling into center, pressing down through the hands to press up through the back. Tucking chin to chest and tailbone under. Inhale to lift. Exhale to curl. Good. We'll come back through our tabletop and walk the hands into the legs so we can sit on the heels. With our exhale, circling the arms back and around behind us again, interlocking the fingers. We'll pull the shoulder blades back and in together. Now pressing the hands down to the floor to help us lift the chest up. Now you may notice that your hands drop to the floor, and if you'd like to unwrap them, you can. Or if they don't, you can keep them together. Inhale, slowly bringing the eyes forward. We'll wrap the arms around, giving us a hug. Drop chin to chest and roll through the upper back as we bring elbows in towards the belly button. Inhale, we'll lift the arms again, spreading them out nice and wide. Bringing the opposite hand on top. Big hug, curl in. Inhale to lift. We'll circle the arms back behind us so we can bring the legs out in front. Now planting the feet down on the floor. We're going to take the hands back behind us so that we can put a little bit of weight in the hands. We'll pick up our left leg And we're going to drape it across our right, finding our figure 4 shape again. Now flexing through our left foot to give our left knee a little bit more space. And we have a couple of variations we can take here. We can walk our right foot in closer to the body, or we can shift our chest closer to our leg. Now I like to add a little bit of a sway side to side. So I'm also rocking out my left hip. Now, our left foot that is up here floating, we're going to move our hips over to our right side so that we can plant our left foot down. Take our right arm up to the ceiling, and we'll bring right elbow to the outside of our left knee and help us twist a little further to look over our left shoulder. Slowly untwisting the body, we'll take our right arm back up and around behind us, lifting the hips back to center. We'll remove the left leg extended out long in front of us, lifting the chest. Now we can keep our right foot planted where it is on the inside of our left leg, and we can hinge forward from here if we'd like. Or if you feel that that is totally in your way, you can drop the knee away from the body, drop it down to the floor and get it out of your way before we hinge forward. With our inhale, we'll lift the body back up, bringing hands around behind us again. We'll slide the left leg in, coming back to a neutral, wiggling out the hips a little with maybe some windshield wipering back and forth. And we'll do our other side. Picking up our right leg, we'll drape it across our left, flexing our right foot to give us a little bit more space. And then again, we can move the chest forward towards the leg, or we can bring the left leg closer to us, or we can do a variation of both. Now again, I like to find a little rocking side to side with my hips. Now we're going to drop our right foot down to the floor beside us. Lift our left arm up, bring it across our knee, and look back over our right shoulder. Inhale, lifting and unrotating the body. We're going to bring our leg back up and around, extending our right leg out in front of us. And again, we have that option to hinge from here with our left foot out to the side of us or up towards the ceiling. Inhale, lifting back up. We'll pull our legs in. Maybe finding a little side-to-side rock or windshield wipering of the legs. We're going to make our way down to the mat. And find another figure 4 variation. We'll extend our left leg up to the ceiling. Drape it across our right leg. Now, taking our hands, we'll thread them through and grab for our right thigh. Pulling both legs up to the chest and holding them here. Now, if you'd like, you can use one arm to hold the right leg up and the other arm to press the left knee away. Or you can use your left elbow to press away, or you can just focus on pulling it into the chest. Slowly letting go of the right leg. We'll drop the right foot to the floor, pick up the left, wiggle it around, and then drop the left foot to the floor. Pick up the right leg. We'll drape it over our left quad, point the toes up, thread the arms through, grab the left leg, pull in. And again, we have that option to use the elbow or the hand to press the right knee away. Slowly let go of the left leg, drop it down. Pick up the right, reach it up and wiggle it around. We'll drop the right leg down, wiggle out a little bit to reset the hips and the back. We'll pull both legs into the chest. Now we can keep the back of the head down on the mat or tuck chin to chest and roll to a tight ball and find a little rocking side to side as we massage out the low back. Now maybe finding a little rocking forward and back to pop us up. Now we have one more variation for our figure 4. It's not normally thought of as a figure 4 variation, but we're using a lot of the same body mechanisms and a lot of the same areas that we've been stretching with our figure 4s. We're going to move the hands out in front of us, coming through our tabletop, and then reaching the hands a little further out in front of the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, press the hips up and back behind. Down dog. Before we move to our next pose, we're going to pick up our left leg, drape it across our right leg, figure 4 in our down dog. Now shift forward, and we'll bring our left leg up with us as we drop it to the top of the mat, pigeon pose. Now with our pigeon pose, we do not need to have our shin parallel to the top of our mat. And in most bodies and most knees, that just is not attainable. So we can always drop the ankle a little further away from the top of the mat to make the pose more comfortable for you. Framing out the top of our mat, our left knee, we'll tuck the right toes under. Lift our left knee to the chest, press it up and back, three-legged dog. To our down dog. Wiggle out the hips. We'll pick up our right, bring it across the left, figure 4 down dog. Shifting forward, bringing our right leg with us and dropping the side of our right leg down at the top of the mat. Pigeon pose on this side. Again, bringing our hands towards the top of our mat, framing out our right knee. Tucking the left toes, we'll bring knee to chest. Send it up and back, three-legged dog. To our down dog. We'll drop the knees and move to a child's pose. We'll take a few deep breaths here. Big breath in through the nose. Even bigger breath back out. Start walking the hands into the chest to help us lift back up. Making our way to our heels, we'll sit down on the legs. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.